Many of you seem to want me to just get to the point. What's the point? The meditation for today: Yang over Yin, or Yang over Yin, if you're nasty. You know, we went over this one before. In alchemy, there's a process, a number of processes, one of them being repetitions. Inner alchemy, no different. You run into repetitions that need to be done in order to create what you're trying to create. In this case, the intention is self-transformation. So, once again, Yang over Yin. Active change towards creating balance. Today is a calling to look at the things that are out of balance in our lives, to try to figure out how to bring balance to them. Now, don't get it twisted. Control is not balance. Trying to control your environment and control everything around you is not a way to be in balance and be in alignment with life. Case in point, now this turkey isn't around here anymore, but I was trying to find a place to shoot this video. I needed to get outside of the home. It was a nice day. Still is a nice day. And every single place I was trying to set up, either people started crowding or somebody would roll up with a really loud bass system. Nothing against that. It's just not conducive towards what I was wanting to accomplish. So I kept driving. And I eventually drove down the road and found there was just this turkey in the middle of the road. And where I am, it's not a common thing that you run into. So I just thought I'd pull aside, take a look at this turkey, admire the beauty of nature. So you can see the sun's almost down. Not really in a hurry to make this video. Put too much pressure on that. But that's what I'm talking about. You don't need to control your environment to find balance. You just find balance where you can. You just go with the moment and put yourself in alignment to it and find balance. So when you're looking at the things in your life that are at a place that just don't work, or you can't seem to find a place to make it work for you, or I guess you could say, it's not really about you, it's not really about me, it's not really about any of us. To put yourself in alignment with the moment, especially if it's a pattern of things that you keep running into, change your approach. It's okay to change how you're doing things. And you might have a beautiful moment in the process. And rather than keep going with this, or try to go over what things are in the broad scheme of the book that comes with the Tao Stone Oracle, we're going to go into the cards. Got the Keymaster Tarot with me today. So, it's going to be 3 cards. The first, what brings us out of alignment? And this is for the collective. We're going to find an interpretation of that. And then we're going to do 2 more cards, just to tell us ways that we can attain balance in the moments that trouble us. What brings the collective out of balance? Oh my. Okay. We'll have 2 cards. So we got the Moon and the Hermit. What brings us out of alignment are the things that are kind of locked into our subconscious that are creeping in. And perhaps a bit of overthinking and overdiving within every single moment about those things. It's okay to look into why we're feeling out of balance, or to feel our troubles, to feel those deep emotions and try to get to the heart of them. But you don't have to do that all the time. You know, just like alchemy, when the medieval alchemists would work on their projects, they had to keep control of the fire, the heat, because the glass that they were using for the vessel, it was kind of a tempered glass, and if it got too hot, the vessel would crack. That would completely destroy the whole project, the whole experiment, and you would have to start all over again. We can often isolate ourselves and put ourselves into too much pressure. Even when we're in a crowded room, we can kind of isolate ourselves and really deep down go into the depths. There can be too much of that. Too much of anything brings things out of balance. What are 2 ways we can work on that? One way. We got the devil. We don't need to be trapped in this internal struggle that we're doing. We can walk away from it and we can enjoy ourselves sometimes. That would be a good thing to do. It's not a distraction to just take a break from doing all the internal work that we're doing. We can take a moment to step outside, see a turkey. I wonder where my turkey friend is. I really wish I could have gotten footage of him so you guys could see. It was the most bizarre thing, but it led me to this place, which is actually kind of nice. The other way. Well, we can get it from getting out of our heads to walk away from the troubles that we're feeling internally and actively work to strike a balance between us and our outer world. It's not out of character to feel overwhelmed by the world, feel overwhelmed with our troubles that we lock ourselves into. The one thing I would suggest doing, like I said earlier, just change it up. See where you are living in excess. The devil the devil card in the tarot kind of ties to that too, like an excessive amount of materialistic things. Anything in excess will lead you off balance. So lighten your grip. We're using a Tao Stone oracle. One of the things that Taoist philosophy kind of presses on is deliberate non-action. Sometimes you can let the troubles just solve themselves. You don't need to put external pressure all the time. To find balance within your environment requires you to just sort of dance with it. Just see life as a game, as a dance, an interplay between the myriad of things. Sometimes we can just sit, and even if it looks like there's troubles, our reaction to what's going on, if we just temper that and hold it and don't react right away, sometimes we find that the troubles that we think are about to arise, they're not really troubles. They're just a bunch of particles bouncing around in front of us. I know that's madness to say, but sometimes the path to inner growth requires a little bit of madness. So I guess the advice that we're getting from this particular meditation, this particular message as it reaches out to you is allow yourself to play with the world. Don't get so locked up in your head. That truth that you're finding, the truth that you're trying to find on the inside, you'll end up finding it. Sometimes, well, in my experience, most times, it's what we end up interacting with in the world outside of us that kind of shows us the answers to the questions that lie within. It's all one. It's all one. Well, it's kind of a short one today. Probably for the best. Anyway, I'm Jeff. This is Illuminated Fate. I'll see you again soon.